All right, guys, I'm back with another episode of Let's Talk. So earlier today, nobody watched it, so I'm going to just reference it just for the hell of it. Um, I tried doing the stream, and I really didn't do that much research. So I thought, let me do a bit of research. Let me actually have something to work and back myself up. So I'm going to explain to you guys what I've done in the past to lose weight that's been successful. There's been several things, but I'm only going to mention the one or two things that have done, giving me the best results. And I'm talking about within a month, I've lost 20 pounds. Now, I know there's things, in 2 months you can lose 40 pounds, 3 months you can lose 60, so on and so forth. But I'm talking about something legitimate. You don't really even got to exercise. Now, I do want to let you guys know this is what worked for me. And my metabolism is pretty shit. It's very weak. I don't have a very strong or active, I should say, metabolism. So what ends up happening is I can eat very little, and because of that, my stomach then starts to grumble, and you get more cravings. When you do eat more, you get no difference because my metabolism is basically. Sorry, guys, I'm reading my stuff on the screen here. My metabolism is basically, I'm trying to work with it because I want to make sure that I can eat and I don't store all the fat in my gut and in my stomach, and I want it to go away. So what ends up happening is that what I tried for a month straight is walking for at least an hour, well, 3 or 4 times a day. And what that does, and it doesn't matter what time. Now I'm starting to do that right after I eat. So I go around the block once, twice, maybe 3 times. Sometimes a little bit farther. Sometimes I introduce a little bit of jogging, light jogging, or speed walking at least. But on the side streets, because I don't look like a psychopath, looking like I'm determined as fuck to kill somebody, and I'm just like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to come across as, nut. So what I ended up doing was figuring out the best way to lose weight. Now, there are so many places you can go to lose weight, like a gym, fitness center, which is a gym that also has usually, at least from my understanding, fitness content. So I guess I'm gonna close my gate here. So the fitness center that I've gone to, I'm looking at one too. A buddy of mine works there as a fitness instructor. He went and he said that they do have nutritionists or people that actually study on nutrition to help others who have nutrition-based questions, stuff like that, dietitians there. So he is, again, he's a fitness trainer, and he can do pretty neat stuff because he's fit, but he tones his muscles, whatever. So what I'm here to talk to you guys about is what I'm going to be doing. But first, like I mentioned earlier, what I have done. So I've already mentioned the walking about 3 or 4 times a day for at least an hour. Now, that is the equivalent to, I can walk 15 minutes, roughly is about a kilometer for me. So doing that times 4, that is a total of 16 kilometers a day, which generally people tend to do about, I don't know, I'm assuming like an estimate, about 5 kilometers of running a day. That's running. You will burn it a little bit more quickly, but this, you don't really have to really exercise, because walking we don't necessarily consider exercise unless we're doing exercise equipment like a treadmill, an elliptical, or a stepper. So what we're trying to do is lose the weight. So the one other thing I did, and I've actually brought this up. Sorry, this was brought up by a buddy of mine. Sorry, I was thinking of a way to put that. And he said, because he plays basketball for my school team, and he's into recreational sports, so he's always active. He runs about 2 to 3 kilometers a day. That's why I'm trying to make that estimate near that. Now he says that's a light, that's like not a super heavy thing. So 4 to 5, I'd assume to be like an average as a heavy workout, or somebody who's moderately into that. So what ends up happening is he said, try for about a month or at least 2 weeks to eat oatmeal, and it has to be plain oatmeal, peanut butter. It could be smooth, it could be chunky, it doesn't matter, you know. But it has to be oatmeal. It cannot be like, it has to be like, try to keep it organic, try to keep it clean. You know, don't keep it like flavored oatmeal that has, I don't know if they have it, fucking chocolate chips in it. Something crazy like that. I don't know if they have it. Like, you can have peanut butter with your oatmeal. Plain oatmeal with peanut butter, what that does is, because the oatmeal is just going to give you grain, it's going to give you fiber. The oatmeal gives you fiber, plus protein, plus some of the vitamins like vitamin B12, I think, or some vitamin that, you know. And it gives us, I believe, calcium, something like that. I don't remember. But oranges, if you don't want peanut butter, with plain oatmeal. A little bit of orange juice. Sorry, I meant to say not oranges. You can also oranges. Like orange wedges, slices, whatnot. Any fruit that's dry, that doesn't have, has a bit of acidity, is actually good for you in this case. The acidity is what's going to give the oatmeal some taste. Because if you guys have ever eaten plain oatmeal, it has a pretty bland, it tastes like nothing taste. Hence, it tastes like nothing. But generally speaking, what happens is, and I want to just cut my a little bit. What tends to happen is we're going to go and do this for about a week or so, and our body's going to not really actually react in a negative way. It's not going to really correspond as if we're just like starving ourselves. So this is not a way that we're starving ourselves. We're not on a necessarily on a diet, but we'll talk about dieting in just a moment, because I want to actually bring up a diet that I'm going to be trying, and I want to share with you guys in case you guys were interested. Sorry guys, that's another shoe. Actually, talking about shoes, another way to lose weight is working out by running, jogging, or walking. So another thing that you guys are going to want to know is the oatmeal high in fiber. Fiber is the best way to lose weight. When you have foods that are high in fiber, your body increases its metabolism. So another way to increase your metabolism, this is another way to lose weight a little bit quicker, just a little bit, is actually having caffeine. So black coffee, and this is going to tie into my diet that I'm talking to you guys about, which is the military diet. I did a little bit of research. I actually ended up finding a video that was in correspondence to the website that I was on. These are just people, I guess, that look up from the website, you know, people that have done videos on the military diet. So what ends up happening is I did the research on diets that are very effective within a short period of time. So I've also looked up, you know, how to lose such and such amount of pounds. Like for me, I want to lose at least 60 to 80 pounds. So to do that in a month, I'd have to go like super hardcore, super hardcore. But to lose that within about 6 months, pretty short amount of time to do it, really. I wouldn't have to rush myself as much, obviously. I wouldn't be as vigorous, as intense, as, I don't want to say excruciating, because it's not really a painful thing depending on what you're doing to lose the weight. But it's not as intense. So what you're going to do is basically the following. So I'm going to read you guys out the description, the diet. But I'm also going to leave you guys a picture as well as it typed down below in the description in case you guys want to have a copy for it yourself. So what I'm going to do is basically have this on my fridge so I know this is what I got to pick up in terms of food for my next grocery pickup. So hopefully my mom's going to be okay with this, because there are a few things that are not necessarily cheap. I'm just kidding, nothing here is expensive. So first things first, for day one, you're going to have one slice of toast, any type of toast, guys. You don't have to have 12 fucking grain whole wheat. You can have white toast, white bread. Now, preferably toast. It didn't say specifically in that video or on the website. It said toast. I don't know if it makes a difference whether it's toasted or not. I would just go with toast just to be on the safe side. And this is only 3 days, but you're guaranteed to lose 10 pounds because all these foods counteract with each other, breaking them down as your body's metabolism works and does its thing. So on top of that, black coffee, as I mentioned earlier, is something you're going to have 1 cup of every morning for breakfast for 3 days. So that basically, the caffeine, as I mentioned, breaks down the metabolism and actually makes it work faster. So ironically, when you break something down, it's going to build up. So what I meant by that is it breaks down the food, and thus the metabolism doesn't have to work as much, so it works faster because there's not as much for it to do. So basically, that being said, you also have to have 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. Holy grail. Next, half of a grapefruit. So grapefruit, I don't know exactly if it's expensive. I don't usually eat grapefruit. I don't think I've ever had grapefruit. Nothing I can remember, obviously. So again, grapefruit. I'll try and leave the description. If you guys are in Canada, I'm talking only about Canada. No Frills, Walmart's American, so I'll include that. All stores, which I would personally prefer if you guys have Food Basics, or Food Basic, whatever it's called, or No Frills. Next to you, the 2 cheapest stores you can buy these things at, relatively cheaper than anywhere else you'll go. I personally like Food Basic a little more than No Frills in terms of freshness, if that's even a word or a term. But again, I'm not a dietitian by any means, but I'm super stoked, very happy, very excited to get this done. So I'll have to wait till Friday for Mom does some grocery shopping to get my ass in my room, pick this up, bring it with me so I know I have a list of everything that I need. So do keep in mind though, as I read day 1 out, it's not going to stay the same throughout the next 2 days. I thought about that at first, but then I looked at the video. It was a little bit lengthy. It was 50 and some minutes. So 50 minutes in such amount of seconds. So what ends up happening is I watched through most of the video, and I wrote this down. So I've got day 1 on 1 page, day 2 on the other page, and day 3 on the last page. So first things first, what you guys are going to want to do, make sure you keep a copy of this if you like it written. Have it written. I like these things written as opposed to type because I'm not going to go straight to my computer. I'm going to have this on my fridge. So, if you have a chalkboard in your kitchen or in your room, so wherever you know you're going to see this and you want to see this, keep it. If you have a little fitness room in your house, or you have like a little, somewhere fitness center where you can actually keep this, like where I used to live, I used to live in a condominium that had a fitness room. So it was like a little miniature gym. It had some fitness equipment, a treadmill, an elliptical, a stepper, some weights, all those types of things. And it had a sauna, a punching bag, all these things to get fit. So if you can somehow manage to keep this there where nobody will touch it, or even if you want to share it for others to look at, obviously, that's no problem. That's up to you, what you want to do. Me, myself, I believe I've lost at least 5 pounds in the last month. Nothing vigorous, obviously, very light, but I've lost some weight and I can feel it. This, guys, is a size large. Sorry, guys. I did a bit of nutcase to try and figure out what size my shirt is. But it's a large, so I typically don't fit into a large. If anything, there are some shirts that are double X and I don't fit into properly. Again, wearing clothing doesn't necessarily matter, but I'm going to talk about that in terms of fitness in a little bit. But we're going to finish up with the food part, intake, and then we're going to start with what to wear, to best lose weight. So what ends up happening is once you start with this breakfast, you're going to start to, get hungry. As always, we're going to have lunch. So I'm going to read to you guys again what's for breakfast so you can write it down. Again, it's all down below in the description, though, if I remember or not. I'll try my best to do this, or if not, I'll leave you guys a link to my Facebook page, where I'll have a my Facebook account, profile, whatever. We'll have a fitness page for you guys. I'll call it 1 month fitness. And basically, in that month, I'm going to try doing this for as long as possible. Not only 3 days. I want to lose as much weight as I possibly can. Keeping it healthy. It's only recommended to be for 3 days because in 3 days you lose 10 pounds. If I do this for about a month, I can lose 20, 30, 40 pounds. But again, it's not recommended. I don't know, maybe for health or whatnot. So for breakfast, you can have, again, 1 slice of toast, any type, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, sorry, half a grapefruit. I'm assuming because of the acidity, you don't want to have too much acidity in the sugar. 1 cup of black coffee or plain tea. Now, I'm going to say plain tea. Try to have, like, I guess plain, I don't know if there's like a flavorless tea, like plain, I don't know. Kind of make, I don't want you to have boiling water and drink that, but if that's too cold, I'll stick to black coffee. Tastes pretty, like, rough. I don't know how to explain it. Pretty, like, strong. But to be honestly, 18, I like it. A little bit of sugar. Now, you can add milk. You can add, obviously, you can add coffee. You can add milk. You can add sugar. So, obviously, that's why it's black coffee. So, for lunch, day 1, you can have 1 slice of toast, half a cup of tuna. Now, this is kind of the part where I got a little bit skeptical. I got a little questioned. What kind of tuna? Is it light? Is it flaky? Is it, I don't know if there's any other type of tuna. But, you know, like what kind of tuna? I don't know. But it says tuna, so I guess it's whatever you choose. And then 1 cup of black coffee or tea. So for dinner, for day 1, you're going to now have 1 cup of green beans, 3 ounces of any meat. This is the meat part where you have more protein. And then an apple. Pretty, you know, basic. It's a small apple, but apples in terms of calories are pretty easy to burn. So I'm going to also be walking, jogging, trying to jog. I got to lose weight from my knee. If you guys follow me on Facebook, you guys will know within the next week or so how my doctor's test results go. So if you guys actually want to hear about that, hit me up on Facebook. Link is down below. Only recently, only like now, I'm going to start introducing myself to Facebook in terms of YouTube on Facebook now. So, you know, hit me up there. Link is down below. So day 1 for dinner, 1 cup of green beans, 3 ounces of meat, an apple. Dessert. This is an optional thing, obviously. 1 cup of vanilla ice cream, half a banana, not half a cup of banana. Now again, if you put a whole banana, I don't know, because I know they're high in potassium, but they're also high in fat. So potassium is good in terms of your generating, you know, the fat. Potassium also stores fat, so you know, it's a good fat unless you have too much of it. I don't know exactly how to explain other than that. So breakfast for day 2, you're gonna have 1 slice of toast. Oh yes, 1 slice of toast, 1 egg cooked as liked, you know, however you want it. It can be boiled, it can be over easy, sun side up, doesn't matter, 1 egg. So to me, to be honest, for the last 2-3 days, I've been having 3 to 4 eggs, 2 to 4. It's really unhealthy because it's a lot of fat, but you know, that's something. Then for lunch, and by the way, you can 1 cooked egg the way you want it, half a banana, and then of course, a black coffee. So exactly 1 cup. Now, or at least it says 1 cup. I don't know if it's being really precise. I wouldn't think so, but I would assume like a mug. This is a mug. Or cup, sorry, but roughly about a mug of coffee, and that's it. For lunch, day 2, you can have 5, not 4, not 6, but 5. I was 10, I know, 5 saltine crackers. Now, I don't know if saltine is a type of cracker or if it's a brand. This is probably me being stupid. I'm assuming it's a type, but again, as long as I guess it's salted, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'll have to look, but I'll tell you guys based off of what I can find in terms of availability in my area in Toronto, in the GTA. Generally, some stories you guys can hit up, as I mentioned earlier, down below in the link, with links in the description. So next off, we have for the lunch, we have 5 crackers, saltine crackers. 1 hard-boiled egg. This is where it gets specific on how your egg is going to be. So 1 hard-boiled egg, and then half a cup of cottage cheese. Now, I do not know what cottage cheese tastes like. I don't think I've ever tried it, so I can't tell you guys, to be honest. But when it comes to actually eating it, I don't know if it's going to taste bad. The lady said it tasted horrible, but excuse me, her opinion of horrible and my opinion of amazing can be two totally different things, but they can also be the same thing. So for dinner for day 2, you are now going to have 1 hot dog. 1, not 2, not 1/2, 1. 1. Doing the 2 fingers is a fuck around with you guys. So 1 hot dog, 6 ounces of tofu. To be honest with you guys, I'm stepping back. Every time I step back, me and the main person. I personally like tofu. I like it fried. It doesn't say how to have the tofu. I don't know if you can boil tofu. I don't. To be honest with you, I've only had tofu in a restaurant. It was an Oriental restaurant. I believe it was not a sushi bar. I don't know if it was a sushi bar or if it was a Mandarin. I don't remember which one. But at a restaurant that served tofu. So 6 ounces of tofu, half a cup of carrots, and 1 cup of broccoli. So I'm assuming you could also do this with cauliflower. I don't know if it's the same in terms of protein and nutrition. If it's the same, I doubt it. But then for dessert, Jesus Christ, half a cup of ice cream. That's vanilla, obviously, and half a banana. Then last day in terms of this diet. Breakfast, 1 apple, 1 square of cheddar cheese. What the fuck a square of cheddar cheese is? To be honest with you, I don't know. It said one serve or 1 something of cheddar cheese. I didn't get to see it, and my thing wasn't working, so I couldn't go back. I guess 1 portion of cheddar cheese. Hopefully it's not a gigantic portion. That's half of the piece of cheddar cheese. So I just put 1 square of cheddar cheese, 5 saltine crackers, again, 1 cup of black coffee or tea. I've introduced tea, even though I didn't say it in the last 2 days, but, you know. Then for lunch, you're going to go and have 1 slice of toast and a hard-boiled egg. That is 1 hard-boiled egg. So for lunch, it's pretty minimal. Now, if you think that's less than anything else, wait till dinner. Day 3 for dinner, 1 cup of tuna. That's it. Unless you want dessert, which is a whopping half banana and half cup of vanilla ice cream. So that was a huge step up when you had dessert. I know. Anyways, guys, that's it for the food portion. So I've talked to you guys a little bit about that. If you guys want to talk to me about this, via social media, you can hit me up on Twitter. I prefer it through Facebook or by email at gangsta100@gmail.com, or down below will be the link to my email if you guys want to send me something. I'll have not the link, sorry, my email address if you guys want to send me something. That is not the faster way, but either way, I'll see your email. It won't be right away, most likely, but school, my exams on Friday, I got to study and finish it. But that will be done as fast as possible. Now, in terms of what to wear, anybody who's a fitness trainer can tell you this. It doesn't make a difference to me personally, but they'll tell you wearing shorts. There also are websites, which I'll link you guys down below, as to what to wear on what day. There's also apps that tell you this. Fitness tracking apps are also a great way. Some of them tell you actually what to wear that day based off of your location's weather. Now, shoes, to me personally, I like a more barefoot run. So the Nike Freedom 3 V3 5.0. This is the 2012 model. I believe originally these released in 2010 or 2011. Nike has released 3 models of these now. 3.0, 5.0, and 7.0. So me personally, the 7.0 I believe was one of the OG models, like the originals. The 5.0 was one of the originals, but they've obviously done some work on it. So it's just a better shoe overall. Very comfortable in my opinion if you're going to be running. especially. I haven't run, immensely, but I've done my fair share of running. And why is my TV off? Sorry. But I've done my fair share of running, and basically, I don't know if you guys can hear me. My TV cut out, so my TV turned off. But generally, when it comes to jogging, this is where I really like this shoe. It's got such a nice flex groove, like the bottom. It's not meant for like intense lateral, but if you have to do lateral, it's working for you. Now what I did is I went with my knife. Excuse me. No, I went with my knife and cut the flex screws a little deeper, just so I get a little bit more flexibility. Because it was starting to wear and it was kind of dragging down to sections of the flex screws, but it wasn't giving an even flex. So if you have to do that, then do it. I did it personally. It's not going to damage the shoe because they're flexible as fuck already. So cutting it really ain't going to do it. And I don't cut it like crazy. I'm cutting it just to give me an optimal flex groove. So in terms of doing this properly, just make sure you don't cut it into the shoe. You don't want that. You're cutting straight through the foam into the insole, otherwise damaging your shoe. So what ends up happening is when I run, jog, or walk with these, and these are good for actually like a lot of walking. Let me just put it on so I can show you guys them on foot. Sorry, I can see something coming properly. Let's take it out. So personally, the only issue that I have with these shoes is the fact that they unlace so frequently. That's the reason why I've tucked the laces underneath my insole. Other than that, though, they're very good shoes. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. Personally, I really like them. Again, I can't stress enough that they're not true to size, but again, hopefully you guys can see that. Maybe he has a bit of a look there. So again, it's size 14 for me. I'm a regular size 12. So you might have to actually step up half a size to a full size larger. Now these are the last pair of shoes for free runs that they were going to be getting within the next 6 to 8 months. So I copped these. Although I would have probably waited because they were getting more colorways in a lot more. I'd have to wait a little bit more, but they were getting more colorways. So generally, I stuck with these, but I ended up getting these from Valley Village. I've used these actually a lot more than I actually anticipated to use them. The Nike Free Run, Nike Free 5.0 Flyknit. So the only downfall with these is if you have a wide arched foot, these are so shit because these are not going to do good for you. And I'll show you guys this one. I don't know if I know where it is. I threw all my shit around the room because I was looking for one thing. I don't know where the other one is. So basically, same type of shoe overall. It's just a different upper. Very nice, very comfortable. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to cut the thing on the screws here. So me personally, the shoe itself is very comfortable, very flexible, and whatnot. Very much what you'd expect. If you don't have a wide arch foot, if you do, I would absolutely recommend going a size bigger. Shit, I couldn't do the file on. Sorry guys, I just really want to get this done here. So when it comes to running with a Flyknit shoe, I personally love the Flyknit in terms of the sock-like fit. And its arch is it's nice. It's obviously going to level out when you put your foot in it. And I'll put that on the other foot to give you guys another comparison. Now, me personally, I wear these with thin socks. You are supposed to, as it runs in the commercial and on the advertisement, be able to wear these without socks, as the Flyknit as a sock-like fit. Obviously, for hygiene purposes, I don't do that. So, as you guys can see, the difference side to side from 12 to 14 perspective. Look at that. Flexibility, very nice. Look at that. Like, very comfortable. Very, very nice catching pair of shoes. For these obviously have a little bit more cushion since they're bigger. You know, so flexible. Now, in terms of a pair of terrain running shoes, I personally wouldn't recommend these or the Flyknit versions. Come on, focus. Sorry, for terrain running, but I wouldn't really stop you from it. I'd personally prefer a pair of like thicker soled shoes. So that's basically what I do in terms of running and fitness for shoes. Now for outerwear, like I'm talking about shirt, I'll even talk about deodorant, what deodorant I find works best. I don't know, in case maybe you guys are wondering. Pair of shorts. Now, just because of the sake, I got a pair of Nike shoes, I have to have a pair of Nike shorts. I do not, however, have a pair of Nike socks, shirt, boxers, but I have just whatever deodorants from Nike. A belt. Yeah. So, generally, when it comes to actually going, the pair of socks that I like to wear the best are these, the Tommy socks. Cotton, 100% cotton. You got a really nice ankle fit. These are invisible ankle socks, but these are basically even cut below the ankle, whereas most of them cut right above or a little bit higher. My work socks cut higher. Those are the socks I'm wearing right now, by the way. I know they're not proper ankle socks, but if you're going to be running, these are actually not too bad to wear. They're a little bit higher, but these are good socks. I get these for about $7.99 for 3 pairs, I believe it was. Pretty sure it was 3 pairs. I don't remember if it was 3 or 6. I'm pretty sure it was 6, but it could be 3. So when it comes down to it, though, these absolutely put up to the stress test. Now, the only downfall, if you're going to buy these are about $80. That's not the downfall. Well, unless you're considering the wear and tear. The wearage on these shoes, guys, like, I've only had these for just over a year. And you guys will see that some of the squares on their traction pattern have completely fucking worn down. So, not to mention the dirt, but rocks get stuck. You guys see I've had to pry rocks out of there. On my other shoe, I believe I have 2. I have a rock pre-chuck. Okay, no, I don't. You gotta find one. Notice the hole. Where my index finger's pointing. You guys could barely notice that probably, so basically, when it comes to getting a pair of good running shoes, I prefer Nike over Adidas, but the Spring Blades, if I had to go with Adidas, would be the only shoe that I really like that I currently own. So in terms of deodorant, what I really like is actually I went from Dove. I went from here. I went from Axe to Dove to Degree. Now the reason why I went to Degree is because of the fact that it covers more duration than Dove. Even though Dove says 48 hours, as is claimed on the branding. 48. You guys don't see that too well, but it says that. This says 48-hour protection. $48 right there. 48. 48-hour protection. But this does a better job. But in terms of the spray, it reaches from corner to corner of the screen. This one does the same, but it's not as powerful. So when I'm spraying, spray directly to the arm, pit. I find this one does a better job at actually getting there. Wider at a closer distance. With this, because it's not an antiperspirant, it actually really irritates it. It actually burns my armpits. So my underarms get very, very, like, they burn, basically. Not literally, but they get that burning feel. I hate that because it drives me nuts. And I'm very intolerable to that type of feeling. So, basically, I'm going to put my shoe back on. Because my mom walks in, so I have one shoe on. So when it comes to working out like that, another thing you have to really keep in mind, eyewear. I don't have my sunglasses on me. Maybe I do. Eyewear is important. Wearing a good hat. I'm not going to put this on too much because my hair is finally done up nice. So wearing a hat that looks good doesn't matter. As long as you cover your eyes in terms of polarity. You want to cover those UVs. Sunscreen, another way to get that. Again, sunglasses. These are a pair of sunglasses that I got from Giorgio Armani. These are more of a sports style pair of sunglasses. I think personally they look kind of narrow on me, but not too bad, to be honest with you. Like the way that my hair is set up and everything, I think my face is more filling, so I prefer a pair of like aviator style sunglasses, but you know, kind of depends. Like these are the same style, I guess, as my eyeglasses, which I also have a pair of Ray-Ban style frame, ones too. You know, I think these actually suit my face because they're more filling to my face. Very nice, honestly. We're gonna get them fixed because the thing cracked here, unfortunately. That's what happens when you go to Hakeem Optical and get shit pair of eyeglasses. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Rate, subscribe, and comment, thumbs up, like, and share. If you guys want to see more fitness videos, as well as actually me running, I'll definitely do that. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Rate, subscribe, and comment, thumbs up, like, and share. If you guys want to see more, you know what to do. And thanks for watching.